Officials confirmed one of the 3 people shot and killed was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends, where a total of 6 people were. One of them, a rapper Davon Bennett, who goes by the stage name King Von.
I almost feel like
that security guard, it's unfishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram.
After years, the official King Von passing case is public in the Atlanta court system, revealing every single detail. The files begin with the police being told by a nurse at the hospital that King Von was brought back to life. He made it through 2 surgeries, then got startled by the nurse walking in the room, which resulted in his passing.
And Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said where his gun at. And he went and he died because he went into shock. So he was making 2 surgeries. How hours later, Kayla know, talking about some, he fought the nurse. She the one told me that. His mama didn't even know that. How you knowing what's going on inside the hospital that quick?
Because she was there at the hospital.
But here's something very strange. Von was looking for a firearm that he never had. This evidence only came out recently. So how did Boozy know he didn't have a firearm in an interview from 2 years ago?
Like you said, the King Von situation. Like there was absolutely no reason for Von to be rolling around with that dude. Like there was no, especially since he had security. Like, someone should have jumped in. It should never even.
King
I almost feel like, but I almost feel like if all you have real security,
all of them is supposed blast. I feel like they would have been more ready in Chicago.
Sad, man, sad. I mean, the whole King Von thing is really kind of hanging
me up,
over everyone right now.
That me up, bro. Cause I like King Von.
But what's more concerning is the police believe King Von got backdoored from one of his own, as this was confirmed by an OTF member's father. Because on the night that King Von passed, he had paid for bodyguards. But suddenly, once the brawl started, they disappeared.
His security guard let him walk. You get paid he get paid to protect. How the f you let him walk over and fight? You ain't even supposed to let him fight. He ain't supposed to be touching nobody. Security guard, if anything, you make sure Quando them leave. Whoever else they was with, you make sure they leave. How you let him walk over somebody that's the reason y'all here, the reason everybody in this parking lot here, because this man right here making the money and y'all his entourage. But that security guard, it's unfishy with him. That's why he deleted his Instagram. I definitely feel like it's foul play. I don't know where it's coming from, but I definitely feel like it's some weird shit going on.
As the police body cam footage shows Von's friends but not one single bodyguard, the feds noted that OTF Vonnie's father revealed Vonnie played a major role in the passing of King Von, as he claims that Durk knew it was happening.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? Yeah. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he.
But many wondered why Durk would want to take out Von since they were close friends. When you realize that they were in the same court case, it begins to make more sense. Just months after Von passed away, the case ended in a private settlement, which had fans wondering if Durk placed the blame on King Von for the crime, as Durk would have taken out King Von and used his passing to make him the fall guy for the crime so that Durk could be free.
Why would Durk want Von?
All right, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table and I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was a slack. He was signing the boys. Von wasn't no slack.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He had a public defender."
This is then when a tweet went viral reading, "With Vonnie's dad leaking that Durk had Von dealt with, it makes me wonder why Durk goes on IG Live when he's connected to a passing. He went on live the minute when King Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck passed away." As fans believe Durk uses Instagram Live like an alibi. If the police ever questioned him about one of the crimes, he could claim he was on live stream while it happened. Although Vonnie's father wasn't done yet, Vonnie's father reveals Vonnie allegedly orchestrated Lil Pab and King Von's passings.
Oh no, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches of paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages, like that's.
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
Cause that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and and with me saying Von, some people like, man, what he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Pab, you orchestrated this. And guess who you work for?
Although when you review the police files and what happened on the night Von passed, it makes more sense. On November 5th, 2020, Von and his crew were headed out to a club in Atlanta to celebrate his album's release. It was meant to be a night to celebrate his success, but it was the worst night imaginable for Von. Von knew he had enemies, and growing up in O-Block, he knew how to keep himself safe. He knew how to protect himself with security, and he took every safety measure, just like his manager claimed in this interview.
I travel with one security that moves with Von, and he traveled with 2 more security. You know what I'm saying? Von traveled in a proof truck, and not only that, his guys are security, man. He travels with 10 to 15 guys daily. They protect and love Von more than any security would. I think we're about 8-10 cars deep, 20-25 on entourage.
But something was different on this night. Something would make Von snap and make him act out of character, putting his life in jeopardy. Once the party at the club came to an end around 2:30 in the morning, everyone was preparing to go to their hotels for the night. However, Von changed the plan without telling anybody.
Everybody's mind leaving the club is that we're going to the hotel and the Airbnb, because that's normal routine. The club he went to, the after hours, wasn't getting paid for. I didn't have no acknowledgement of. His team didn't have no acknowledgement of. That was a complete Von decision.
With the whole crew heading to the Airbnb, King Von told his driver to go to another club known as the Monaco Lounge, which altered the entire night and put Von in the situation that got him taken out.
So everybody else that was with us driving to the Airbnb, and Von literally went to the venue by himself. We got a call later from people in the car, like, hey bro, we here by, matter of fact, I think from his DJ was like, hey bro, we here by ourselves, like, where you guys at? And everybody rerouted to that venue.
Von told no one that they were going to another club except for the guys in his truck. Once they arrived to Monaco and they realized no one else was with them, the people in the car with Von alerted the other cars to head to the new club. Thankfully, they made it before anything went down, but Von's manager realized he wasn't acting right. Von's crew was ready to enter Monaco, but Von just sat in his truck on his phone for 30 minutes.
For some reason, Von wasn't himself. This man is like, I promise you, the best artist I ever moved in my life. For some reason that night, it was off. Like, he stayed in the car for like 35 minutes.
With his manager convincing him to enter the club, he finally agreed. But before Von was allowed in, they sent in his security to first check that the club was safe.
I went to the car he was in. I was like, yo, Von. Went inside the passenger seat. I'm like, yo, Von, bro, what's going on? Like, everybody here waiting, let's go. He was like, all right, let's go. We're telling security, hey, it's time to go in now. Von's ready. You know what I'm saying? We've been here too long. Let's go inside the club. They check the venue, go inside, check the outside, make sure there's no...
However, there was never any danger inside the club, but out in the parking lot there was. With King Von and his team waiting for the green light to enter the club, one of Von's members noticed a familiar face in a white SUV. He spotted Quando Rondo sitting with his crew and he reported it back to King Von.
Now, right before we go inside the club, one of his homeboys, he came to the car and he said, hey, so-and-so's here. And Von just jumped up like, oh, come on, let's go.
King Von and Quando had been beefing constantly back and forth. Once Von found out he was there, he jumped out of the truck and walked straight for the white vehicle. Von's team tried to get him to chill out and not start a scene, but he didn't care. He walked in front of the white vehicle and immediately went after Quando Rondo.
He jumped out the car. By the time Von jumped out the car, I don't even think he knew where so-and-so was. He just jumped out the car. He bumped into so-and-so. As soon as he bumped into so-and-so, started brawling.
Within seconds of the brawl starting, Kwando's best friend Lil Tim realized he wasn't winning, so he came from behind the white vehicle and used his firearm multiple times at King Von. He hit Von multiple times and his manager once in the leg. Once Von's team realized what happened, they instantly retaliated on Lil Tim, which left Kwando, King Von, and Tim all laying on the ground. However, off-duty officers heard the noise coming from the area and headed to the scene. As they joined in and began unleashing multiple rounds into the area, the people from the scene believed Kwando Rondo was trying to snatch King Von's chain when they were on the ground, but Von's manager claimed Von was using Kwando to protect himself from all the firearms going off.
And was he trying to take Von's chain, or?
Honest truth, I don't think V-Roy had no jewelry on, and from the people that was a little bit closer, Von was actually holding onto him like, man, you ain't going nowhere. Like, you here, like, even through getting, he's that strong. Like, he was literally holding him.
The scene finally began to calm down after the officers left the area. Meanwhile, Lil Tim and Kwando Rondo are helped up, put into their white vehicle, and taken to the hospital. At the same time, King Von's best friend Muwop runs into the street to pick up Von and bring him to the getaway vehicle. They helped him in and instantly drove off to the hospital. Despite being hit 4 times, Von stayed conscious. Members from inside King Von's car claimed he continued to be positive and assured them he would be okay.
When he was in the car, I myself wasn't there. The gentleman that was in the car with him was panicking, and Von was the one that was like, hey, calm down, slow down, chill, I'm gonna be good, just get me to the hospital. And honest truth, we all thought that the way he was carrying himself, from that incident, from what I was told from the people in the car, that he would have been fine.
After arriving at the hospital, King Von was rushed into the operating room. He made it through 2 surgeries, then sadly passed after being startled by a nurse at the hospital. Some people claim he was confused and was looking for his own firearm when it happened. However, the news of King Von's passing shook the rap industry.
This made national headlines as officials confirmed one of the 3 people was rapper King Von from Chicago, who was here last night with friends.
2 groups of individuals got into a physical altercation. That physical altercation escalated into an exchange of guns.
Knowing Kwando and Lil Tim were responsible, everyone awaited their interviews to speak on what happened that night. As Kwando said,
whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out, or whatever. Like, they could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Even Lil Tim spoke about it, being the man who did the crime to King Von.
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f him and shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
The following day, after Von was taken out, Tim got arrested and charged for the passing. However, after multiple court dates, his lawyer claimed that Tim acted in self-defense and his charges were dropped. As Tim's lawyer said, the case against Lil Tim was dismissed before ever being indicted. But Durk and friends knew they had to do something. They couldn't allow Tim and Kwando to get off for free. So just over a year later, there was a big hit on Kwando's crew.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
Kwando's close friend Lil Pab was taken out as a result. This hit is the exact incident that Durk is currently being charged for, because they claim that Durk paid the suspects to commit the crime on Kwando's team. But Durk was happy when he saw Kwando react in the same way that he did when King Von passed.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
As Durk rapped the lyrics in a song, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no," which references Kwando's reaction in that clip. But Durk doubled down on it and took responsibility for it in the lyrics. They like Durk, he a singer, he won't do something. You can believe whatever you want. I got your folks hit. Although it hasn't worked out for Lil Durk, the feds have caught on and he might have ruined his life by trying to get revenge. Not only do they have evidence, but other OTF members are willing to snitch on Durk. A new report revealed the Ted bodycam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk has changed the case. In case you don't know, Ted is OTF Didi's younger brother, and OTF Didi is Durk's right-hand man and main hitter, so it's very likely that Ted knows something and is willing to tell on them. But what's unlucky for Durk is that Ted shouldn't even be involved in the case. The only reason he's now involved is because he was picked up for having a firearm at a convenience store.
Really? Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
An incident totally unrelated to Durk has now put him in a worse spot for his court case. You'd also like to think that OTF members and those close to them would stay solid if they were questioned by the police. But that isn't the case for Ted. Before he even got in the jail, he was asking to snitch on people he knows to get released early.
Come on. Hey, stop it. Stop it.
As they placed him in a waiting cell for some time before he spoke with an officer.
Wait, hold on. You gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? What you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, all right?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus from prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
Ted's snitching in the case caused a lot of confusion because his last name popped up in the court paperwork, but that made people believe it was Didi who was snitching because they both have the same last name. Although with rumors of Vonnie snitching also coming out, Durk got his best friend Bezu to calm everybody down.
No motherfucker know what's going on, but them people that's in them courtrooms, man. For real. Them be false accusations. Y'all don't even know what the be going on for real. Y'all really be trying to play Inspector Gadget and all this. Y'all just be weird as hell. That's what I be talking about, man. Like, first y'all threw the jams rumors out there. Now y'all talking about Vonnie a snitch, gang. A snitch on what? Y'all don't even really know what's going on for real. On my kids, y'all really just be running. And that's why I don't participate in nothing that got to do with nothing illegal. Because of you motherfuckers, y'all be trying to get them put under the jail.
What's sad about this is Bezu was recently taken out in another street incident, although we had academics speak on the Vonnie snitching situation.
When you see Flacco post something, you almost gotta be like, look at this headline. Lil Durk found out his co-defendant OTF Vonnie, King Von cousin, filed for protective custody when they came to court. Okay. That sounds so crazy. This is why we have streams like this. This is, I'm not gonna get on anybody or anything like that, and I'm not gonna ever say that I haven't, maybe jumped maybe once in a while, but I definitely do aim to be correct, and I never try to be incorrect out of malice, right? This is why we love to bring up the paperwork and try to explain it, and also increase everyone's knowledge on stuff, because a lot of times these days the headline is way better than the story.
It's important to note that O-Block and OTF may never be the same as what it once was. King Von's been taken out, Lil Durk's behind bars, and many other members of OTF are being taken out. It just isn't the same as what it used to be. Any members still living in O-Block are on edge constantly. They're worried they look weak now with both Von and Durk not around. Even something as simple as going across the street to look at King Von's mural has now become a security issue, as O-Block members wanted to see it while they were on live stream.
Check it out. Let's walk over here and see this Von picture. I know it's a lot of ops on this. I'm letting y'all see where I'm at. Why is this black truck still right here? Man. Watch that truck. Watch that truck right there.